Greetings, my subscribers, as well my newly subscribers. Thank you all for coming. Now for today, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I cook my delicious meal, and that would have been some oven roast chicken with ground provision. And the ground provision is dumpling, yam, banana, and pumpkin. Now guys, this demonstration is worthwhile watching, and you don't want to miss this, so stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Now here in the bowl I have approximately 2 pounds of chicken, and this would have been 3 thigh, that's 3 thigh and 3 chicken leg. Right, my daughter, she requested chicken. So what I plan to do is to, oven roast some chicken for her, you know what I mean? Alright, so I already went ahead and cleaned my chicken. I clean it up and cut off excessive fat and all that thing off it already. So what I'm gonna do next is to rinse it. I'm gonna rinse it first, then I'm going to wash it. Alright, you don't want to ensure you wash it thoroughly, right? Meat or meat stay. Alright, so there's some piece of fat that right here. I'm just gonna remove them, put them on the meat board. Yeah, so that's just how it is, you know what I mean? Washing off the meat and all that. And this is just the rinsing process. Rinsing it. Then I'm gonna put some water in it now. No, I'm not gonna catch too much water in it because when you're washing the meat, the lime juice and the vinegar, you don't want to use too much water to do it, alright? Now the thing is, when I went ahead and I cut the meat and everything, I made sure I poke some holes into the chicken, you know what I mean? That way say it's gonna be properly marinated, right? And you want the chicken to be seasoned to the bone, right? So what you need to do is just poke some holes in it. So let me show you. These slides holes right here is where I use a knife to poke the chicken, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna add some lime juice now, and some Carl's lime juice, like so. Then I'm gonna add some Robert's vinegar. Now you can choose your choice of vinegar or lime juice you wanna use, right? Now even if you wanna get the freshly picked lime from the tree, you can also use that, right? But because the freshly picked lime is kind of expensive and it's hard to come by, and it's more easy to just get the one from the store. So hey, why not use it? You feel me? So I'm just gonna give it a stir in a bowl, like so, you know what I mean? Toss the roll and all that. Just ensure it's properly washed, you know what I mean? Make sure that the lime juice and the vinegar penetrate the chicken. You know what I mean? The money that's to penetrate the chicken, you know what I mean? And as I said before, the lime juice and the vinegar makes a perfect combination when you're washing any form of meat, you know what I mean? Any form of meat. Alright, so I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes while the chicken absorbs the water. That's the lime juice and vinegar water, and then I'll come back, throw it off, and then rinse it. So just keep on tuning in. Alright, so I'm back. So I'm going to now throw the water on chicken. Let me just Stir it around for a little bit. Then I'm going to throw the water off. Like so. Alright, throw the water. Then I'm going to get some water in the bowl on the chicken and rinse it. Right, now this bowl is big enough, so I'm going to rinse it 2 times, right? You know, due to the fact that the bowl is big enough, so you can hold a lot of water in it. So then I'm going to rinse it while the water is catching in the bowl. You know what I mean? Alright, so I'm going to throw this out. Put some more. So you guys were wondering how's my finger going? Let me show you the result of my finger. Look at my finger, guys. Can you imagine? Look at this finger. Now compare the 2 fingers. You see how much damage was done to my finger? That's the difference, alright? This finger sustained a great damage. But as you can see, it's alright. You know, it's alright. My baby sis nurtured my finger and it is okay now. See there? It's okay now. Alright. Now I'm gonna continue with the chicken. Alright. Turn it off. Alright. One more time. Just one more time. I don't know, I just like it when you know it's properly rinsed. Alright. Alright, so just throw it up in there. Just so it's properly rinsed. I'm not left hander, I'm a right hander. I don't know why I'm using a left hand to do this. Alright. Alright, not bad. So let me just pour the water off now. Pour the water off. Then I'm gonna set it here in the sink. Alright, so that's 3 pieces of hip and 3 leg. Alright. Now what I'm gonna do next is to grab my blended jerk season from the fridge. So I open it, and this is the container that I have my blended jerk seasoning. You can see it at the bottom there. Alright, so let me just throw off the excessive water from off the meat. I don't need no excessive water in here, alright? So make sure we throw it off. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pour me now some blended jerk seasoning on the chicken. So as you can see, this is a small spoon I'm using. So that's 1 spoon, 2 spoons. No, that's enough. I don't need no more than just 2 spoons. Alright. Seal this up and place it aside. Now, next on the agenda would be my Maggi all-purpose season. This is a Maggi season up all-purpose, alright? Now guys, from ever since I started using Maggi all-purpose season, there's no way of me switching, trust me. And just to let you know, I don't need to use any other ingredients or any more dry ingredients to say than just these 2 here. The dash season with garlic and herbs, you know what I mean, and the Maggi all-purpose season. Now these 2 seasons makes a perfect combination whenever you season chicken, pork, fish, anything that says meat, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let me just continue to apply some more Maggi pepper season. No, don't think that you're saying that it's a lot of season I'm adding to the chicken. No, it's not salty, so don't think it is salt. Right? It's not. I'm just adding Maggi pepper season to the chicken for taste. Alright? Now I'm gonna add that dash season now. Alright, so that's about it. So what I'm gonna do next is to massage the chicken, you know what I mean? We say massage, we say rub it up. Alright, so we're gonna go like this. You put that in there, and you toss the chicken around. You might ensure the chicken is properly coated with the seasoning, so the dry season and the blended jerk season. Alright, yeah man. The thing is, I could have done more, but I decided not to. You know what I mean? This is just for lunch / dinner. Yeah. Lunch / dinner. Now I'm just seasoning the chicken. I'm constantly doing this because I want to ensure that the chicken is properly marinated. So so we have to ensure say proper rub up, right? The season, I want the season to go inside those holes that are pork in the chicken. Yeah, man, so that's why I still keep stirring like this, because I want to ensure it's properly, seasoned. Right. Now, when I'm finished rubbing up the chicken, I'm going to tuck it within the fridge and let it sit. Right? I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of hours before I cook it. Or should I say before I begin cooking the chicken. Alright? Alright, so as you know, I have to use my left hand to hold the bowl here in the sink while I massage the chicken, because if I don't do that, the bowl will be moving up and down, and I don't want that, you know what I mean? So I want to ensure the bowl is in one place. So I use my left hand to tuck it in the corner right here, so it stays right there. Alright, so I think this is about it now, so I'm going to cover it and place it in the fridge for a couple of hours. This is like a last minute thing, just for a couple of hours, you know what I mean? Because normally when I bake my chicken, I normally allow it to marinate for one day. So for today, I'm gonna allow it to remain in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then I'll kick it. You know what I mean? Alright, so there I have it. So here's the chicken that I take from the fridge. And I had to place it aside and allow it to cool down, you know what I mean? Because, when I put in the chicken in the fridge to marinate and it's in there for a couple of hours, it's gonna get cold. So what I had to do was to place it aside, right? And just allow it to cool down before I can go ahead and put it in the baking pan, which is this pan right here. So what I'm gonna do is to pour a little oil in it, right? Yeah, just a little bit of oil, not much. Just reach for the oil. Alright, so I'm gonna pour just a little bit of oil in it. And this is just to grease it, you know what I mean? Just a little bit like that. Next I'm going to spread the oil now within the baking pan. Alright, so I'm using this right here to spread the oil and just ensure it's properly greased. The oven is at 350, right? So it's already turned on and it's cooking. Yes. trying to get certain things out of the way. I mean, yeah. I don't know, but there's a tingling feeling at my throat. I don't know what's causing that. Alright, so the pan is now properly greased. Right, so as you can see, it's properly greased now. So I'm going to just I'm going to place the chicken inside. Alright, so in goes the chicken. In goes the chicken like so. Alright. Next piece of hip. And the other piece of hip. Then I have the legs now. Now the thing is, you can take your skin off your chicken if you want to, you know what I mean? But I don't know, but never I think but the chicken skin. Yeah. So I'm gonna put the other leg inside here now. And just make sure that the skin is properly covered the chicken leg like so. You know what I mean? Alright. Next I'm gonna add one more. And there it is. So after adding the chicken in the baking pan, I'm gonna pour out now all this blended season and the chicken for just a minute. It's not done yet. No. You know, everyone do the things differently. But for me, I like to rinse out my container, right? So I rinse it out with some water, not too much water though, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna pour it within the tin. Now I'm not gonna pour it on the chicken to wash it off, and I'm gonna pour it within the tin. I'm pouring it to the side like so, and come around, like so, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I do it. Then I'm gonna place it in the oven. Right. So let's keep on tuning in, and I will show you as I about to place the chicken in the oven. Alright, so the oven is fully heat. I'm going to open the door now. Then I'm gonna take the chicken. Well, take the baking tin and push the chicken aside like so. Right. I'm gonna close the door like so. You know what I mean? Now guys, this oven, believe you me, does wonders. You know what I mean? I bake chicken in it, I bake pork in it, I bake cake in it, I bake muffin in it. There's so many things I done this. I have even done rotisserie chicken in it. You know what I mean? But that's just how it is. And I've had this thing for umpteen years. Umpteen years. You heard correctly. Umpteen years. Now can you imagine, guys? And I want to tell you now that I do have the bigger stove on this side here, but to bake this small amount of chicken, I don't need to use that big oven. You know what I mean? I'm just using this electric over here. So just keep on tuning in, alright? So next on the agenda, I'm going to pour now some flour in the bowl here. Right, and I'm gonna do approximately 3 scoops of flour. And that should be about it. Right. Then I'm gonna seal it up. Seal it. Place it aside. And then I'm gonna reach in here now and pour some cornmeal in the same bowl. Alright. So I just poured half scoops, I'm pouring half more. And that should be about it. Alright, so you may be wondering what I'm doing. Well, I'm gonna be cooking some food, and that would be dumpling, banana, and yam, you know what I mean, with oven roast chicken. feel me? Yeah, and that's for lunch. Alright, so let's keep on tuning in, alright? So after pouring the cornmeal into the bowl, I'm going to give it a stir. Like so, you know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that the cornmeal and the flour is properly mixed, right? You know, this mixture is one of my favorite when I was a boy, you know, when my mother cooks cornmeal dumpling. Yeah man, for real. I love cornmeal dumpling. Now the thing is, you know, there's a strategy with the cornmeal dumpling. When it comes to the cornmeal dumpling, you do not want to put too much cornmeal in it, right? You do not want to. For real, because if you do, you're gonna have a different kind of taste. You know what I mean? The dumpling is gonna be harder. And remember that even when I use the cornmeal alone, picture what I'm saying. When you say for instance, say making some cornmeal porridge. If you notice a small cup of cornmeal can give you a pot of porridge. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that if you put too much cornmeal in here, it's gonna make the dumplings them bigger and I'm more harder. I'm gonna need that, you know what I mean? So that's why I put a certain amount, you know what I mean? Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Not too much. Alright, now it's properly mixed now, so I'm just going to get my spoon. You know, over it already. I like to use my spoon to mix it up, you know what I mean? Now, as I said before, yes, I can use my hands, right? But the thing is, when I use my hands, it's gonna be messy, you know what I mean? And then I have to be picking the flour off my fingers and all that thing. So I don't want that. So what I try to do is not to work harder but smarter. You know what I mean? So I have a cup of water here, my spoon right here, and then I'm gonna pour the water now in the middle, right there. And then I'm going to spoon now and add the flour into the water. Right, and then I'm gonna mix. Now, my hands are gonna go into it, you know, but not right now, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna mix it all out first before I can dip my hands in it. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some more water. Now, if you notice, I'm not adding too much water, right? Just add a little water, then you mix. Add a little water, then you mix. You know why? If you add too much water, you're gonna spoil it. Now, just imagine if you don't have no more flour, right? Then what would you do? The whole mixture is gonna spoil. So what you do? Just add a little water. Just a little water, then you mix. Then add a little more water, then you mix. And just continue the same procedure until the dough is properly formed, right? So I'm just using my spoon now to slightly knead it like so, you know what I mean? But I'm going to push that aside. Then I'm going to scrape down the flour right here in the middle, and then I'm gonna mix up this batch here, right? Now this procedure won't take too long, you know, guys. You know what I mean? It won't take too long. Clean off the spoon now. Then I'm gonna go in my hands. As I said before, my hands are gonna go in, but not when I'm mixed, you know, like when I'm up, like just start to mix the flour. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this one I like to use my hands to knead it. So it won't be a lot messy. It's gonna have a messy, but it won't be that messy, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna add some water again. So as I said, guys, Just see when you can mix the flour and just add like water to it, it's better for you than to add too much water at once and then spoil the mixture. I mean, these steps are quite easy, there's nothing hard to it. Nothing hard to it. Yeah. Still needs a little more water, and I feel tightish, like, you know what I mean. It's not properly needed, you know, guys. It's not properly needed. So I'm gonna add some more water into the container. Not too much. Now, what I like to do is to scrape down what's in the bowl from around the edge, like so, into the bowl. You know what I mean? I'm telling everything, guys. I learned from my mother, you know, and it's whatever I learned from my mother stays in my head. You know what I mean? Yeah, real. It stays in my head. Alright. Alright, I need a little more water again. No, let me tell you something, guys. I would rather to add more water than to add too much water. Take it from me. I would rather to add a little bit of water and mix than to add too much water and spoil it. And it's almost complete, you know. It's almost complete. I'm just trying to get it to the right texture. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for. So I'm just applying some water and keep kneading until it's to my suit. Alright, it's getting there. Just a little bit more. Yeah, notice the shade of the dough. If you notice the shade of the dough, right? It has the color of the cornmeal, and the cornmeal is yellow. Right? Remember that the flour is white, you know. The flour is white, but the cornmeal is yellow. So we notice it more if you have a yellowish color. Right? And that's because of the cornmeal. So I'm just going to continue kneading this, as I said before, until it's to my suit. Alright, just a little bit more water and then that will be it. That's the beat right here. I don't need no more water. I just need to add the dough a little bit softer. And obviously the more water you add to it, and the softer it gets. So that's what I'm working on. Now for my people who probably don't know how to do it, this is how you get it done, you know what I mean? And Trina, big up yourself, you know, you don't know what things that you're not saying. Yeah man, it's real, man. Big up to my friend Best Beans to see me, you know what I mean, because she's always in the kitchen cooking just like I do, you know what I mean, for real. Mika, love and blessings, sis. Miss Gay, You don't know, say respect all up, you know. Saying, yeah man, you respect all up. See me, Miss K, you know what I mean? For real. Alright guys, the dough is now to my suit. Now look on it, right? Just look on it. Look on the texture of it, guys, eh? Look on the texture of it. Alright, so I'm gonna just seal back into a ball, and then I'm going to allow it sit until the water has come to a boil. Then I'm gonna start making my dumplings. Alright, so you wanna keep on tuning in for that, alright? Okay, so the water has now come to a boil, so what I'm gonna do is to take my dough. You know, I like to do it like this. This is how I like to do it, you know what I mean? I like to do it, then I just pinch off a piece like so. Pinch off a piece. Pinch off a piece. Pinch it off. Know definitely the amount of dumplings that I'll be making. Even though some of them they may be pinch too small, some may pinch too big, but what I'll do, I normally have piece that I have placed aside. So that means if it needs additional piece, then I can just go ahead and just add it to it. Alright, so I'm going to, alright, this one now feels a little bit small, so let's pinch piece off of this, then I'm gonna go ahead. Now if you know I didn't go like this, you know, I go like this. See, I go like this, but I do it fast, so you don't really see it that well, you know what I mean? But if I do it in slow motion, you'll see it. Now, when I'm doing it this way, right? I'm not doing it into a ball now. Not into a ball, but I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright? It's like so. Then I do like this. Right? So there's nothing to it. Nothing to it. So there it is. Into the pan it goes. Next one. See? See that? Now people always say make dumpling neat, but I just say things. Everybody make them want dumplings differently, you know what I mean? Some people like a dumpling flat. I don't know what in read, but yeah, that's just their thing, you know what I mean? But I can't see myself needing dumplings so flat, you know, not fat, but flat. You don't get me wrong too, you know, there are some people that like their dumpling big. You know what I mean? But for me, I don't really like it when it's big. Remember, when I'm making dumplings that big, it's like when you're on construction site. You know, when you're on construction site and they make the dumplings them big, so that means that the food can't hold you. You know what I mean? Because when you're doing construction and working, you're out in the sun. You're doing your things, so it's not easy. Alright. From this, I must say before, when I'm making my dumplings, right, we can't tell exactly if it's too small or too big because we make them at a certain size. You know what I mean? And sometimes if I add enough caramel in it, as I said before, if you add too much caramel to it, right, it's going to make it it's gonna make it kinda swell. You don't want it to swell. You know what I mean? You just want to have them on a normal level, right? So that's why I didn't add too much caramel to my one, right? So I have the bananas on the counter. I have the yam that is waiting. I also have my pumpkin. So they are here waiting. So as soon as I finish making the dumplings and put them in the pot, then I'm gonna go ahead and peel the yam. You know. I did not add no salt to the flour, right? I did not add no salt to it, but I add the salt in the pot while the food is cooking. Right? That's just how it is. You don't want to add too much salt. You know, you're cooking, you know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is that you have to watch the salt you use. I'm not saying nobody don't need salt, it does, but you can't consume too much salt. No salt is not good for you. This 1 teaspoon flour. All right. Ta-da. All right. Now this is the final one. I'm gonna give the water. I'm going to allow the water to come back to a boil. Then I'm gonna stir the dumplings. All right. So let's keep on tuning, and you'll see on how I get things done. Where? Here in my kitchen. Now here I have my yam. So what I'm gonna do is to cut it right here, like so. Alright. Yeah, so cutting yam, you know, then I'm gonna cut a piece more. Like so, right? Now this piece is more like the back. You know, I'm saying this have no use anymore because this can't do nothing. Because if I'm gonna say cut off here, what's gonna be here? I mean, you're not gonna have much yam. So I'm gonna cut off this right here. You know what I mean? May probably forgot deeper. So this is no good. So dispose of that in the bin. Then I'm going to now peel a yam. But I'm not gonna use this knife, alright? And I'm gonna use this smaller knife. So I'm gonna go ahead now and peel the yam like so. Now be careful when peeling yam. Don't allow the skin to touch your skin. Don't allow the yam skin to touch your skin, because if it does, I mean, I tell you, it's gonna scratch you. So you don't wanna allow that, alright? You don't wanna allow that. So what I'm gonna do now is to cut the yam down the middle, like so. Alright, then I'm gonna place it in the water in a bowl across from me. Now that is just to prevent the yams from getting dark. Okay, now after a while the yam should start to change, right? So you wanna make sure that you have a container with some water on the side to put the yams in. Right. So I'm going to now cut it down the middle, like so. Then into the water it goes. So when it goes into the water, what I'm going to do is just to rinse them off. Right? Rinse them off like so. Then after rinsing them off, I'm going to now place them within the pot. Right? The cover is off, and I'm putting the yams within the pot. Now, the same water that I have here, right, in the container, I'm using the same water to peel the bananas in. Right, so I don't need to change the water. Yep, I don't need to change the water. So I'm gonna go in now, and I can remove the board now. I don't need the board no more. Just remove the board. Then I need approximately, say, maybe three and 6 fingers. I don't need the more 6 fingers. That's 6 fingers of banana. I'm gonna put the rest in the fridge. People like say yam. So I have more yam here. Alright. So the chicken in the oven and the food is in the pot, but I'm not complete putting everything as yet. So I'm gonna cut the top, then slide the knife down the side like so. Right, then cut the bottom. Now I'm using the tip. Yeah, that's what I do. So I'm trying to avoid any splashing of water, so let's break these off. Alright, so just do this a little bit faster. So now be in mind, guys, that just whenever you're peeling bananas, always make sure so you take the knife and cut in a groove. You have plenty of grooves on it, right? Always cut it in the groove so you know so it's easy to peel. Let's see, I'm trying to see if I got everything. I don't think I did. Alright, so still here. In these, let me see if I got everything. I just want to make sure. I think I have one more leaf, and this is the final one. Wow, those birds are so noisy. They're on the porch making a lot of noise. Alright, so here now I am peeling the banana. So I'm gonna notice, even though I'm a right-hander, I use my left hand to peel the bananas, right? And when peeling bananas, it takes time because some skin are easy to peel off and some are breakable. You know, so just take it one time. You know, no rush. And furthermore, I don't like when bananas are peeling and they broke. Bananas, I don't like to be broke. I don't like to break my bananas when I'm peeling them. I just like to take my own time and peel it. You know what I mean? That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I like. All right. That's 2 down and 4 to go. Now the pumpkin will be the last I'm gonna put in the pot. Why? Because the pumpkin is easy to cook, and if you put it too early, you know what's gonna happen? It's going to mash out, and you don't want that, right? So pumpkin is something that normally goes in last. Not when I put in the food last, as it mean like allow the food to go and cook, and till it reach a certain dimension, then you can go ahead and just put in the pumpkin. Okay, let's see how many more I have leave to peel. One more. Alright, just to let you guys know, right? My channel is all about cooking, right? And for me, I like to demonstrate on how I cook my food. I can speed it up, I can, but to say if I speed it up, you may probably not catch everything. You know why? Because they know it's going too fast. You know what I mean? So for me, I like to educate people on how Jamaican food is prepared. So that's just my thing. I cannot haste and do anything. Haste make waste, right? So for me, I just like to ensure that it's done properly, slow and steady. All right. So I'm gonna put the bananas in now. Remember, I did not put no salt in because I was not finished putting in the food can yet. Furthermore, the salt is the last thing, right? Second to last thing, and I want to put in the pot. If you notice, the bananas are not black because I always make sure say the banana, when you peel the banana, you have them in a container of water. It prevents them from getting dark. Right? It slows down the process of them getting dark. Put it that way, yeah. It slows down the process of them getting dark. Oh, the oven has stopped. I'm gonna have to rewind it again, but I will do so as soon as I put in the rest of the bananas in the pot. One more finger to go. Let me just skim off these areas here that was not peeled out properly. So just normally go in and skim off it. So I'm just skimming off. Alright, into the pot it goes, like so. Alright. Alright. I'm going to dry it off my hand. And I'm going to wind the oven again. Okay, oven is going to wind again. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what it looks like now within the pot. Alright, so I'm going to add some salt to the pot. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. Right. So I'm putting a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to give that stir. Right. Alright, so I'm going to give it a stir now. So as you can see, dumplings and the banana and yam in the pot. Alright, now to prevent the bananas from getting black, right? It's a method that we normally use. Some folks will use lime juice, right? But for me, I would use a little vinegar. Yeah, the vinegar is the ideal thing to use. It prevents the banana from getting dark or the water from getting black. Right, so put some vinegar in there. Right, now I don't have to mix it. As soon as it comes to a boil, then you will see the difference. All right. Now just go and tune it in same way. All right, and you will see how things happen. Where here, of course, in my kitchen. All right. All right. So see the guys pot bubbling now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to allow it to go and cook until I'm ready to put the pumpkin in. As I said before, the pumpkin would be the last thing I'm going to put in the pot because the pumpkin is more easy to cook. So if I put it in too early, it's going to be soft. You know what I mean? I don't want it too soft and break apart. So what I'm going to do is just allow the food to go and cook until it reach a certain dimension. Then I'll just add in the pumpkin to it. So just keep on tuning in. Alright? Now I'm going to show you what the chicken looks like in the oven. Alright, so now as you can see the chicken in the oven on the one side, the one side is getting darker. So what I'm gonna do is to open the oven, take the chicken out. Alright, like so. Then I'm going to place it on the counter here. So I'm going to flip them on the this one over like this. Then turn this one over like this. Then I want to make sure so the other side, you know, has got that dark shade as well. For me, guys, I like my chicken is properly done. You know, I don't mean burning, I mean properly done. So I'm talking about both sides has to be, the heat has to penetrate both sides for me. So I'm going to spin this over like so. Then I'm going to flip this over like so. Flip this one over like so. Alright? So that's where things set. Alright? Then I'm going to slide it back into the oven. Now I'm going to open my oven, and then I'm going to slide the chicken in. No, ensure it fits right in the room, and then slide it in. Right, then close the door. Alright, and I'm going to allow it to continue to bake until it's done. Alright. So while the chicken is baking, I'm gonna go back and check on the food within the pot. Alright, so what I had to do was to half mask the cover. Why? Because if I don't do it, the water is gonna boil over on the stove. So I half mask it so that means some of the heat can let out. Right now, even though the cover has a small hole right here, to let out the steam is not big enough. So you know, and it depends again to give me a deep stove turn up to a certain dimension and it will boil over. So for me, what I'm gonna do is just half mask cover, just let some of the heat, hot air out, you know what I mean? That way it won't boil over on the stove. So I'm going to go in now and give it a stir. Okay, we have to ensure so that nothing is sticking within the pot, you know what I mean? I'm going to allow the dumplings to cook some more with the yam and bananas before I can go ahead and place the pumpkin in. So the pumpkin will be the last thing I'm going to place in the pot, alright? The pumpkin will be the last thing. So just keep on tuning in. Alright, so the food has now cooked a certain dimension. So I'm going to now put in the pumpkin. So I did. If you notice, the skins are still attached, but the pumpkin was properly washed, you know what I mean? So in goes the pumpkin. And I'm going to give it a stir, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be floating on top like so, you know what I mean? I want to make sure that they're submerged. They're submerged so that they can get to cook. Alright, so I'm going to cover the pot now and allow it to continue to cook. Alright. Now while they're cooking, I I'm gonna take a sneak peek on the chicken in the oven. So just tune in for that, alright? Alright, so I'm gonna take a sneak peek at the chicken within the oven. Now as you can see, the other side is now getting dark, and that's just how I like it to be, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give this until the next, say, the next 20 minutes before it's done, alright? The next 20 minutes. So this is just a preview to let you guys see what it looks like while it's in the oven, alright? So just keep on tuning in and you'll see the finished results. Now here's my gravy, and I'm just slowly cooking it because I wanted to get thickened, right? No, I did not add nothing in it, no thickening agent into it for it to be thick. But I just add the relevant ingredients, you know what I mean, which is a secret because I can't reveal that, you know what I mean. There are certain ingredients and stuff chef don't really reveal, you know what I mean. So this is my secret sauce right here, and this is for my oven roast or jerk chicken, you know what I mean. Yeah man, when I'm doing my jerk chicken, I do this, I make the same sauce. When I'm doing my, say, pork, the same sauce. But I will tell you the main ingredients. The main ingredients for it is the broth, right? The broth from the meat that's in the oven, right? What I do was to throw some of the broth into the pot and then get all my seasonings, you know what I mean? I will tell you a few of them that I use. Alright, so I use a little dash, a little Maggi pepper season, some ketchup, barbecue sauce, a pinch of vinegar, but I won't tell you the rest, alright? Yeah, I won't tell you the rest, alright? So as you can see, my gravy is slowly getting thick. So I'm just gonna allow it to be remain on the stove and keep boiling savory until it boils down. When it boils down, then it's gonna get thicker, you know what I mean? It doesn't need no more ketchup or anything into it. All the ingredients is already added, and that's just how I get it done. No thickening agent to add to it, just natural ingredients, and allow it to cook until it's thickened. Alright? Now while it's thickened, I'm gonna check on the pot right next to it on the stove here. That's the food pot. Alright, so see it there. Food in the pot, the bubble. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it approximately within the next, say, 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn the stove off. Alright? Next 15 minutes. Now the chicken is still in the oven. It's not done yet. And let me see. I'm gonna check the time and see. Okay, so we have at least 15 more minutes and then chicken to go until it's done. Alright, so let's keep on tuning in, guys. I've done all things set already, you know, here, we're in my kitchen. You know what I mean? I'll be right back. Now the chicken is almost finished. I think I have approximately 5 more minutes remaining. Alright, as you can see. Now look at my chicken, guys. You see how delicious they look? Yeah man, that's just how I like to, you know, do my thing, you know what I mean? For real, as I said before, I'm not a perfectionist, but you don't know things yet. Now the flame has turned off beneath the pot that cooks the grub provision. As you can see here, in the pot I have dumpling, yam, pumpkin, and green bananas. And I'm telling you guys that this is gonna taste real good with my oven roast chicken. I'm telling you for real, yeah. Now here's my savory sauce, which is gonna be poured over my chicken. And I'm telling you guys that this sauce tastes so nice. I tell you, you wanna know the ingredients? Alright, so it has been 5 minutes now, so the chicken is about done. Now guys, check out my oven roast chicken. As I said before, when I roast chicken, my chicken has to be coated on both sides. I don't just put chicken in the oven and let it roast just like so. Chicken has to be flipped, alright? Guys, it's always been a pleasure to share with you what I prepare in my kitchen. So please remember to thumbs up the video, leave a valuable comment, share me out, subscribe to my channel and hit that post notification bell and allow it to be on all. That way you'll be the first person to be notified when I drop a new video. Thank you for watching.